Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Uh, this is Today we are going to discuss on AWS Simple Storage Service. It is a part of our master class of AWS Solution Architect Associate. So up to now we have already some of the several videos on the AWS Solution Architect Associate. So now from today we have multiple videos on S3. So today we are in this video we are going to discuss on introduction part. What are the basics of S3 and uh, how S3 is being unique from other storage, and what are the different types of the storage available on S3 and some of the advantages. So let's start with introduction part. So basically Amazon S3 is a object storage service that offer an industry leading scalability, data and security and performance. Store and protect any amount of data for a range of use cases such data lakes, website, cloud native application, backups, archive, machine learning and analysis. Also, Amazon S3 is designed for 99.999, some kind of 11.9 durability, and store the data of millions of customers all around the world. So we can consider S3 as a major and lead storage provider in terms of the object storage platform, and one of the having the maximum SLA in terms of durability, as we have seen in this like 99.999 11 nines. So and having the huge number of data of millions of customers all over the world. So it having some strong technology or parameters this service is designed in such a way that we can manage the bucket very well without lost any kind of data. So these are the some of basics, some of the key point which should consider under S3. So first is S3 is a safe place to store your data. It is object-based storage. We can just upload the image or videos or some static content like HTML, CSS. So it have some object-based storage. The data is spread across the multiple devices and facilities. S3's object allow you to upload files. File size, individual file size can be a 0 byte to 5 terabyte. There is unlimited storage. There is no any such kind of limit that up to this limit of you can upload the your content. There is no limit. Files are stored in buckets. The object, the content where we store the data, it's the platform we can say it's a bucket. So S3 having again too many basics. So I have update in multiple the pages. So now the second page consider some of the additional basics. S3 bucket have a universal namespace that must be a unique globally. For example, if I created a tech S3 for example with tech S3, so none of the guy from the world can use the same name, and the URL of the S3 is something little bit like this way, like s3.us east1 location part Amazon at aws.com / the bucket name. So if I use the tag server global, for example, as I mentioned in this, so none of the another guy can create a bucket with this name. When you upload a file to S3, you will receive a 200 status code if the upload was successful. For example, if you upload any file and status code is 200, then you can consider that upload was successful. S3 provides a developer IT team with secure durability, high scalable object storage. Amazon S3 is easy to use with simple web service interface to store, retrieve any amount of data with anywhere on the web. So it is very simple to use. It is not having some complex way to use. So it is very easy to use. You can also host a static website on Amazon S3. To host a static website, you can configure an Amazon S3 bucket for website hosting and upload your content. The bucket must be have public read access. Then end person can have access of your static website. So these are the S3 maximums. First one is bucket, 100 bucket per account, 5 TB per object, and 5 GB per put. So these are the some maximum limitations on the S3. Now these are the some S3 classes. First one is S3 standard, 99.99 availability, durability 99.11 times 9, stored redundant across the multiple devices, and multiple facilities designed for sustained loss of two facilities concurrently. Second class is S3 IA infrequently access, for those data which are less frequently but require a rapid access when needed. Lower fee than S3, but you charge retrieval fees. So some of the objects are not being frequently used. So for those object or for those bucket, we can consider as an infrequent data. But whenever when you compare a cost, it is less costlier than the standard. But when you retrieve or you try to access the object, it charges it. Third one is S3 one zone IA. The for data access less frequently but require a rapid access when needed, but replicated within one zone only. If you want to set up a one zone replicated or zone, then you need to use this one. Reduced redundancy storage, designed for provide 99.99 availability objects given a year. And Glacier, very cheap, but it used for archival only, and it takes 3 to 5 hours to restore from Glacier. So Glacier is basically storage where we can use for some backup and archive purpose. Like if the object is not used more than 6 months or 1 year, then object should be moved to Glacier. So these are the some of the classes of S3 storage. Some of the standard class comparison in terms of the chart level: design durability 99, designability, SLA, zone, minimum charge per object, minimum storage, retrieval fee, first byte latency, so time duration for the latency time, storage type, object, and life cycle transition. Yes. What do you mean by life cycle transition? Means when, for example, we can set up a life cycle rule. If the object is not being used for 1 month, we can move that object from one class to another. Also, we have options. If you don't use object in certain month, then we can also remove it. Also, if the total object if we want to keep only 30 days backup, then we can have life cycle rule to keep data of last 30 days only. So that will reduce our reduce our cost as well as the data management. What S3 charges for? So it charges for storage space, request, storage management prices, data transfer pricing, and transfer acceleration. As I mentioned, as we discussed about life cycle management, can be used in congestion versioning, can be applied to current version and previous version. Following action can be now done, like transition from standard to infrequent data, and archive from Glacier 30 days if required or relevant, or expire. As I mentioned, if you want to put a backup of last 30 days, then you can put some expire kind of rule on life cycle rule. Now let me navigate to S3. So S3 is, as we use additionally services, S3 is one of the part of the services. You can search S3. As Amazon S3 is a global service, but when you create a bucket, you need to select one region where you want to upload your create your bucket and upload your object. So basically, if you ask any interviewer that is Amazon S3 is a global, yes, it is global service, but we can set a region to store our backup or data. Create bucket. Let me name tech server global. If none of guy has been used, then I can use global. Global. Here we have options to use and region. Okay, let me use US East 1. You can copy setting from existing bucket, so you can choose an setting from existing. Here we have option of ACL access control list. ACL disabled, then bucket is owned by this account, and whatever the ACL setting will be defined, we can use. But I am going to use ACL enable, so I can have options to use how this ownership and read write permission is assigned to that object. So let me just put ACL. But bucket, who will be the owner of the bucket? Owner preferred. If object is written by any object policy, then it is owner preferred. So let me put bucket owner preferred. Block public access. By default, the object is not accessible from the public, I mean external. But if you have certain data that need to be accessed from the external way, then you need to allow. Like as we discuss on static website, then you need to have public. So I'm going to remove this because I need to perform an object. I need to upload such an object that need to be accessible from publicly. So I'm disable it. But in production scenario, when you upload a website objects, and when you need to upload some object that refer on your static website of your home page or contact us page or anyway, then you need to have private access only. You don't require to have public access. Here there is option called bucket versioning. You can have versioning on the object. If, for example, object been written multiple times, then you can switch back to the original version. But if you enable version then you can use such option. So as of now, I'm not going to enable this version. If you enable, then you can. And server-side encryption, these are the encryption type. I'm going to use default, and I'm not going to define any key. Let me create bucket. Sorry, if I just remove the block public access, then I need to acknowledge whether if there is some issue, I am the responsible for the same. So let me create a bucket. That means tech server global is not used by anyone. So yes, I have the option to use it. So these are the now you can upload any data that need to be upload anything. Let me upload this photo. You can add file. So now object has been uploaded. Now I'm just click on the object. This is the object URL. Let me try to browse directly. Here I can see the access is denied. Now I need to provide object permissions, object action, make ACL, and let me just refresh. So here you can see the tech server global.s3.amazonaws.com and unnamed JPG. But when you talk about the S3 bucket URL, here you can see S3 console aws.com, S3 bucket and TaxRabbit global. So this is the object URL and this one is the bucket URL. So using this you can have object reference. You can also have S3 URL using some application like S3 desktop application or S3 CMD. You can download or upload this some image. For that you require S3 URL. Download, if you want to download this, you can open the update object. You have most option like download as, share as a pre-signed URL. So if you want to create a URL and update it with some like number of minutes, for example 5, the pre-signed URL. This is a pre-signed URL. Copy it to your clipboard. Let me, this is my pre-defined URL. I can share with my end user. Calculate total size. Here you have options to calculation size if you upload multiple files. Copy if you move from one to another. Rename the object. Edit some ACLs. Permissions, you can just change the permissions. Read. Version, as we do not enable the versions we have. So let me upload one more file, text file. Let me just create a new text file so we have an idea on the version system. Yes, this is the test file version 0. Let me save this and upload the file. Test.txt. Permission, grant public access. I understand. Upload. So this is a file. Let me open browser. So here we can see the test file v1. Now let me enable the versioning. Management. Sorry, not management. The version option under properties. So there are numerous number of permissions, properties, options are available. So we'll see the first bucket versioning. I am just enable and save changes. Now let me upload it 2 versions. First let me change, add version 1. Now I'm just upload same file, test.txt. Let the file has been updated. Let me close and file, refresh the files again. Here you can see version 1 has been added. Now let me add some more. Add, sorry, control Z, add v2. Let's wait for 47th minute. So we have at least idea that this moment we have uploaded this version 1 and this moment we have uploaded version 2. Let me save this. Now it's 47. me upload it this again. Bucket and upload files. Upload. Now we have two versions, version 1 and version 2. Let me refresh. Sorry, it's access denied. Object need to be public access. So there are two, version 1 and version 2. So let me navigate to this file. And here there is option called versions. So we have three versions. So first that would be null. It has around 1944, 46 and 47. So let me just check this one. Let me download. Let me open in new tab. So this is a V0, that means the base version, where we enable the versioning. So if someone asks before versioning, if we enable version after creating, that we have the base version as this one. Second one, let me open. This is V1, and the last one, the current version. So the current file is been V2. So here if we enable the versioning, likewise we set up the version control system with Git, GitHub or GitLab, Bitbucket, anywhere. We do have options in Bucket. So let me again navigate to properties. We have tag, we have encryption, we have archive options. For example, if some of the object is accessed not more than 90 days, then it is archives. This is the basic. If we want to put as a 60 days, we can. And if we want deep archive, then we have like 90 days. So this rule has been created for to access archive the tier. Like if the object is not being used for some days, then it should be tier, archive tier. And if it is not using for 90 days, then it should be navigate to deep archive tier. So you can create the configuration called tiering configuration. You can put any name. Create. Intelligent tier should be 180, and let me put these are the minimum number of days, so we cannot reduce it. So I use default one, 90 and 180. Prefix would be like my tech server. Prefix of the file name is set up something like that. So yes, this configuration has been added. Let me navigate to properties again. You can also enable logs. What other files has been changed, and so that additionally cost will be applied on the same CloudTrail event notification. If you want event notification like someone create, delete or anything, then you can. Object level, put, post, copy, some of the critical object bucket. If there is in our production infrastructure, we can set up this way. Like anything change on the like upload, delete or anything on bucket, then you get the particularly SNS topic. Using SNS topic, you will have the email. Then event notification. Transfer accelerations, you can start, you can if you want to might copy data between your bucket to the external entity, then you can enable it. It accelerates your data transfer, but additional charge will incurred on the. If you now if you want to object lock, you can, but for that you need to just enable object lock after created. But when you create the bucket, you can define object lock. Then static website hosting, you can enable static website by upload the simple file, like enable static website hosting. Here you can put index page and external error page. Let me put index.html and error will be error.html. If you have some redirection rule, you can. Now let me create two files, index.html. Let me edit using Notepad. Welcome to tech server global. Save. And let me create one more called error as well. Error.html. Edit. This is error page. So if you have a website without any database static content, then you can use this this S3 static website. Let me upload these two files. Add files, index and error. Let me destination details, permission, as we have get it. When you apply static website hosting, the object must have public read access, then they can use. So now I upload the two files. Let me navigate to properties. When you apply enable the static website, it create one URL for our static website. This, let me browse. So here you can see welcome to tech server global with index.html, and let me just upload error.html. This is the error page. So you have static. If you have static website without having any database like home page, you can host on the S3 bucket, and it charges less in term as if we compare to other things. So now there is permission tab. You can manage all the permissions, some metrics, but bucket size, total of bucket usage, storage class analysis, replication metrics, management. Here we can create the life cycle rule, like storage life cycle. Apply all object. Let me apply rule on all. There are options like what rule you want to apply. Move the current version of between class. Then you have move non-current version. Expire the current version. Like expire, for example, if the object is stored after 30 days, it should be expired. That means it should be expired. The versions. Permanently delete non-current version. Delete expired object. So you have certain option. Delete incomplete part, like 40 days. So after 40 days the object has been. So you can create such a rule. for lifecycle management. You can also create a replication between cross replication rule. Inventory configuration, you can also create an inventory. An access point, you can also create an access point to have a name network endpoint on existing bucket. So yes, this is all about the S3 bucket. Hope you guys having I can try to cover all the required topics. So if you have any doubt or any queries, or if you if you want to learn any more, you can just put on the comment section, so we'll try to cover that thing. So thank you for watching this, and keep subscribe the channel, like the videos. Thank you very much.